Back to Biomes. This week we are talking about the Makgadikgadi Pans. The Makgadikgadi Pans are one of the largest salt pans in the entire world. They're what remains of the ancient lake bed of Lake Makgadikgadi. Now, for the majority of the year, the Makgadikgadi Pan is absolutely unlivable. It is dry and it is covered in so much salt from the evaporated lake that pretty much nothing can survive there. However, during the rainy season, when the land is kind of revived, that is where a lot of the wildlife and plants come to flourish. Now, there's another interesting feature of the Makgadikgadi Pan, and that is Kubu Island. Now, as far as I'm aware, Kubu Island is not classified as a legitimate island as of now, but back when the Makgadikgadi Pans were actually the lake, Kubu Island was actually an island in the middle of the lake and now in the middle of the pan. What's extra interesting is that archaeological studies of the area have shown evidence via mitochondrial RNA that the Makgadikgadi Pan and Botswana as a larger whole, actually I don't remember if I said in the beginning of the video, this is located in Botswana. Oops. Yeah, no, I totally didn't mention at the start of the video. This is in Botswana, by the way. But archaeological and genetic studies show that this area in Botswana may have been where the Homo sapiens species originally first emerged. Now, there is some debate and there's other studies. Some places show Morocco or Ethiopia may have been the earliest places of Homo sapiens emerging from other hominid ancestors, but Lake Makgadikgadi and the Makgadikgadi Pans as a whole are a viable option for that, which is pretty neat. As for current life, the salt pan themselves during the dry season, when it's literally just salt, is pretty much only home to certain cyanobacteria, such as the ones that make up blue-green algae. However, the pan itself is bordered by salt marshes, which can sustain quite a lot more life, including the very large and impressive baobab trees, as well as other trees like some types of acacias, like this one, the camel thorn. The majority of the plant life is made up of grasses and small shrubs that are very hardy and heat-resistant and drought-resistant and salt-resistant, such as this one, the prickly salt grass. But there's other plants that flourish there as well, such as some wildflowers like this one, the lemon yellow rose mallow, a type of hibiscus. Similarly, the salt pans themselves during the most of the dry season are pretty devoid of animals. However, during the rainy season, there's actually really massive migrations that go through the area, such as wildebeests like this one, the blue wildebeest. It's also a site of one of the largest zebra migrations in the entire world. Other large mammals include populations of gazelles like this one, the springbok, also gemsbok, and this one, the endangered common eland. And of course, any large herbivore migration comes with an accompanying following of large predators such as lions. Lion prides, as well as other individual predators like leopards and cheetahs, typically follow the migratory patterns of the zebras and wildebeests and gazelles, and that also brings them through the salt pans. Other slightly smaller predators include things like hyenas like this guy, the brown hyena, as well as the spotted hyena and the rarer aardwolf, and wild dogs such as this one, the black-backed jackal. They either feed on carrion as scavengers or are hunters themselves, typically of smaller prey including things like this guy, the South African spring hare, as well as other types of rabbits and African porcupines. And our favorite murderous little guys, the meerkats, which have established some pretty big colonies in the area around the salt pan. And, of course, another incredibly important migration is the bird migration. The Makgadikgadi Pans are one of only 2 breeding places of greater flamingos, and as we know, flamingos are fucking weird and are some of the most interesting extremophiles, and of course they love to breed in the really salty, inhospitable waters and lands of this salt pan. Other migratory birds passing through include things like the great white pelican, as well as a number of duck and goose species. There's also, depending on time of the year, ostriches seen around the salt pans, as well as other smaller migratory birds such as this one, the chestnut-banded plover, and this cute little guy, Kitlitz's plover, as well as many types of stork and crane species, such as this one, the gray-crowned crane. The Makgadikgadi Pan is also home to a couple different reptiles, including this one, the rock monitor lizard, as well as a number of different tortoise species. A couple of them endemic, including this one, the Makgadikgadi spiny agama, a subspecies of the regular spiny agama that is found only in the Makgadikgadi Pan. The Makgadikgadi Pan, in addition to being just an absolutely gorgeous and unique place, is incredibly important both ecologically and culturally and evolutionary in terms of humans. Like I mentioned before, this is possibly the very spot where we Homo sapiens as a species first emerged, and is an incredibly good candidate for the birthplace of humanity as it is now. It's an incredibly important migratory route for a number of large animals. They have to pass through here annually, and is a breeding ground for other important animal species like the flamingos. When a lot of people see salt flats, and as a larger extension just deserts, they think that it's not very important and like it shouldn't be conserved because there's nothing there, it's just a plain of flat salt. But as we've just seen here, it's definitely way more than just an empty plain of just salt and minerals. It's super important culturally, ecologically, and fortunately, the majority of it is protected in a national park in Botswana, which is great. It is open for tourists. You can go there and book a wildlife safari tour. You can go see the salt pans, and while you can't enter all of the archaeological sites, there are still places you can go to learn about that and how important and cool it is as a whole.